Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So, I've been playing Formula E High Voltage. So this is the latest game in Animoca Brand's Rev ecosystem. So the Rev ecosystem is the Rev token cryptocurrency that runs on Ethereum, Polygon, and Flow. So there's a whole bunch of games. The original one was the Formula One game that isn't live anymore. But there's the Rev Racing sort of track-based game, then there's the MotoGP motorcycle racing game, and then Formula E, this game, browser based, and this uses the Formula E racing license, so like Formula One but for electric cars. And there, as with the Formula One game, actually there are some sort of officially licensed cars, but when you start off it's sort of free to play, so you start off with these sort of generic cars. So it is they call it a sort of management game, a racing management game, and in order to play you need at least two sort of cars and two racers. So these, if it's free to play, so you, in some ways it's a bit weird. It's free to play, but it's free to play in the sense that you unlock. I just unlocked these and chose a team. There's 3 different sort of entry level teams, but in order to do a sort of proper race, you need to have the Rev token. So you can see here there's it costs 25 Rev tokens to enter this race, and this is the prize pool. So obviously this is sort of split between the people who are playing it. Obviously I've only just started playing. You can play, it's on a timer, so it's 2 hours, so you can just keep playing for as much as you want, I guess, to get up to the top. And there's different sort of tracks. So this one here is Jakarta, I've just played. So let's go out and do another battle. It's sort of as a game, it takes a bit of getting used to. So it's sort of, you have these 2 cars and you're sort of moving between them. So just as these qualifiers, this is just you're not in charge of driving, but you have some options that you can do, which is basically around the sort of electricity management. So this car is actually really fast. This Tempestus is the fastest car, always wins the pole position, but I'm not very good in the races, so not doing so well there. So you can see here, this is the fast. She'll start off on pole position, and basically what you have to do is so it'll just start on its own, and we can see here. So basically, I'll try and explain it. There's different modes here. So there's conservative driving mode, which you start off in, and then you can flick to neutral driving mode or aggressive driving mode. These use up more energy. So you have this energy here, and if you basically go down to 0, then you're pretty much screwed. You basically end up last. So it's a case of, obviously, you want to sort of, if you just run it in conservative driving mode all the time, you don't do very well either. So you want to sort of move between these two, move between these 3 options as you go. There's this here, this green line here. This is an option where you can, before going into that curve, you go into activate mode, and then it gives you this sort of what they call attack mode, where you can go sort of even faster than this aggressive driving mode, and you've basically it doesn't hit your energy consumption, and then you have this regen, so that regenerates your energy. So let's see if we can get some of this stuff going. So I could move into this mode. You can start to see here, this shows you how many seconds left of your energy, and this starts to go down quite quickly, but I'm getting closer to the person who's in pole position. This other one here is my other car is in 4th position at the moment, so now I'm going to overtake and get back into 1st. Maybe I could, there we go, but I didn't quite manage to do that, so I'm going to wait to see if I can activate, see if I can remember where the activation corner is. This is the problem with just having started the game. I'm not quite sure where I'm not sure if they're in the same places all the time, actually. But we'll see. I'm going to have to wait. Oh, here we go. So I go into this mode and time that right, and now it should go deploy. So now I can deploy this, deploy that sort of extra boost that I've got, and go faster for a period of time without destroying my energy. So let's see if I can find an opportune time to do that. Stuff it. Let's just do it now. So we can see here I've got 50 kilowatts of extra power. So hopefully I should be getting closer to that other car. And not really, that didn't really work out very well. Anyway, I am going faster, I suppose. And then I could go into regen mode, and that will start filling up this energy again, but it will make it easier for people to pass me. So maybe that wasn't. I'm probably not doing it in the best places on the track, to be honest. But there we go. So that's going to fill up, and then I can maybe go back. So I'll fill this up again. So maybe I can go back into a bit more of an aggressive mode. You can see here I've got more energy here on this side of the one I've just regened than this one here. So maybe go here, see where this car is. Obviously, having two cars means you're sort of flicking between the two, which is sort of you can't just focus on having one good car. You sort of have to, because your position as a manager is determined by the position of both cars. Oh, I got that one wrong, did I? Oh dear, I was looking at the wrong car. So your position as a manager, depending on sort of the what you get from both cars. So obviously you want to be first and second. That's pretty hard to do. So you need to sort of be flicking between the two. So not doing too bad at the moment. And maybe here I could just go into a bit more of a sort of aggressive mode. That's going to really be. It didn't work very well. I need to see if I can. Where is it? See if I can activate my boost into attack mode. Is it here? Still doing quite good on the other one. She's in third place. But the difficult thing here is you don't want to end up with zero. You want to you want to use up your energy. You want to basically finish the race with no energy, but you don't want to have no energy before you get to the end of the race, because then you're going to be a bit screwed. So I'm going to be a bit safe. I'm going to regen on that one. Even though, oh, here we go. So now I can get that. Oh, that's funny how they all stop. And now I can deploy that, even though I'm in regen mode. That might help me a little bit. And now, and now I can go into a more aggressive mode. But still in 10th position. This one's she's still doing well in 3rd position, and she's got quite a lot of energy left still. I'm not quite sure. I should have missed that one. How many laps have I got? This is one thing. It's not very clear. The lap counters is not very good. I'm not very good at remembering that. But she seems to be doing really well. Oh, look at that. I could go maybe a bit more aggressive now and see if I can. Oh, look at that. Is that into first? No, into. Oh, I'm overtaking back markers now, I guess. So that's not quite so impressive. And I don't know what these ones are here. This is the attribute for the driver. So I don't think maybe I click on. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I actually select those or whether they just sort of do themselves. Maybe I need to go back into a bit more of a conservative mode here, because I don't want to end up with zero. But here we're going okay, but only in 9th position. Oh, I missed that again. That's not so good. Maybe flick back here and see if I can go into activate. It must be nearly finished now, this race. It's sort of the race. It doesn't give you a good indication that it's finishing. It just sort of finishes. But this is I think this is the sort of early access build of the game. So obviously maybe a few more things to sort of sort out. Let's click on that. Okay, if it ended now, I'd be pretty happy. But I think we've got how far have we got to go? I could go into regen mode on that. Probably lose me a position or two. No, maybe I don't know where that activation thing's gone. It's also a bit kind of flicking between the two takes a bit of time to sort out as well. To always know which the filled in yellow triangle is sort of the one you're looking at that time. Oh, it's a tight race. It must be nearly finished now. It just says +1 lap. I guess that means +1 to the leader, I suppose, but I'm not quite sure about that. There we go, and then it just finishes. So, yeah. But I think I did better that time, so I'm getting better. I'm not sure I'm ever going to be very good at this game. So she was 5th and he was 10th, so it's pretty good. So it's 17 points. That's incredible. So this is what it's talking about. You want to get both of them placed well. So it's not just good having one in one position and one in the last position. So actually I won that race, although I assume these are proper people. So I'm still in last place. There's only 9 of us. But we're splitting that between us, and if I kept sort of battling, that might work out well for me. What else can we see? So there is a sale going on at the moment. This is a little bit odd in the sense that so you can buy a crate contains 2 drivers and 2 cars. So these will be proper NFTs rather than the sort of free ones you're getting. But it's $149, which seems somewhat expensive. It's not quite clear here. This says 534 crates left, and this one says 5,878 crates. So not quite sure there. You can buy a solo crate as well, which just has 1 card. Which is that worth it? It's obviously cheaper at $30, but it's sort of 1 card. So I don't know how much advantage that's going to give you. Anyway, we will have to see about that. So so as a game, it is what it is, I guess. I don't think you can be, you can't complain that it's something it's not. So these are currently the two racetracks, so Jakarta, the one we just did, and Rome. Currently, these are all sort of fairly standard. It says 2 attack zones. I don't know where the other attack zone is. I only ever sort of seems to see one of them. And there are other options. So there's a tournament mode, Grand Prix mode that are locked. A training where you just obviously practice mode. Obviously, it doesn't seem to be that many people playing at the moment. As I said, that may be because you can play for free, but you need the rev in order to get there, which is probably not the easiest thing to do for people, because not a lot of people would have assets on Flow, I think. But anyway, worth keeping an eye on. Thanks for watching this video. See you again.